Welcome back to the Clean Slate Podcast, brought to you by clearank.com.
Great to be back.
Today, we're focusing on BrightFunded. They're a proprietary trading firm, and they certainly have been getting a lot of attention lately.
Yes, quite a bit. We've done a full review using ClearRank's ClearScore.
Right. And the goal today is really to give you a clear picture of what they offer, especially things like payouts, scaling, profit splits, the things traders really care about.
Exactly. We want to break it down.
Now, BrightFunded, they're fairly new on the scene, aren't they? Late 2023? Based in Dubai.
That's right. Relatively new, but they've grown quickly. Seems their crypto-friendly angle and this unlimited scaling idea have really resonated.
Unlimited scaling, we'll definitely need to talk more about that.
Oh, absolutely. And they also just added the CTrader platform. That was recent news.
Okay. So they already had DXTrade and mobile apps. Now CTrader too, expanding their options.
Correct. Shows they're trying to cater to different types of traders.
Okay, so let's get straight to it. The ClearScore. What did our analysis find overall for BrightFunded?
Well, the overall ClearScore came out pretty strong, actually. 4.6 out of 5.
4.6, that's quite good. How did it break down across the categories?
Let's see. Reputation was a 4.4. Account types and phase of 4.5. Trading conditions scored really well at 4.8.
Okay.
Platforms got a 4.7. The payout process was another high one at 4.8. And customer support landed at 4.5.
So pretty consistent scores there, mostly mid-4s or higher. What were the main things driving that overall 4.6?
Well, a few key things really stood out. The payout speed, for one. We found it averaged around 4 hours, which is, really fast.
4 hours, wow.
Yeah, particularly for crypto payouts. Also, their platform selection is now quite solid with CTrader added. And this Trade to Earn loyalty program they have, it's quite an innovative touch.
Okay, Trade to Earn, we'll need to unpack that too. Were there any areas that maybe held the score back a bit? Potential drawbacks?
Yeah, a couple of points. The evaluation fees, especially for the top tier accounts, they are a bit on the high side compared to some others in the market.
Higher fees, okay. Anything else?
And the other main thing is the lack of the MetaTrader platform. MT4 and MT5 are still hugely popular, so not having them might put some traders off.
Right, that's a big one for many. So considering all that, why might a trader specifically choose BrightFunded? What's their unique selling proposition, would you say?
Well, that unlimited scaling potential is definitely a major draw. The idea that you can grow your account by hitting 10% profit over 4 months and there's no ceiling, that's attractive.
No ceiling at all.
Apparently not based on their model. And then there's the profit split. After you successfully scale 3 times, they offer a 100% profit split.
A full 100%. That's pretty rare.
It really is. Then you add the Trade to Earn program. You earn tokens for every trade, win or lose.
Win or lose. Okay.
Yeah, and you can redeem those tokens for things like free evaluations, maybe a higher drawdown allowance, or even boosting your profit share percentage. It adds this extra layer.
Interesting. Almost like gamification, but with real benefits.
Kinda, yeah. Plus, they offer weekly payouts as an option, and they don't have consistency rules, which is a big deal for some strategies.
No consistency rules.
Yeah.
That's helpful for news traders or scalpers, perhaps.
Exactly. And we did verify cases, actual traders who scaled accounts pretty quickly and were getting their 90% profit splits paid out without any delays.
So the payouts and scaling promises seem to hold up in practice.
Based on our findings and verified feedback, yes, it seems reliable.
Let's circle back to that unlimited scaling. Hitting 10% profit over 4 months. How does that actually work if a trader manages it?
So, if you hit that 10% target within the 4-month window, they increase your account capital. Then the process resets. You aim for 10% on the new, larger balance over the next 4 months. And you can just keep repeating that.
So consistent profitability over time is rewarded with significant account growth.
That's the core idea.
And CTrader, you mentioned adding that it was significant. Why is CTrader seen as such a good platform?
Well, CTrader is known for really top-tier charting. It's got very low latency execution, which is crucial for certain strategies. And it has CTrader Automate for people running algorithms, using Python scripting, and so on.
So more for the serious or technical trader, perhaps?
Often, yes. It's a powerful platform.
And the Trade to Earn tokens, you said they offer real value. Can you give an example?
Sure. You might accumulate enough tokens to completely cover the fee for your next evaluation challenge, or you could use them to get, say, a 90% profit split from day one on a funded account instead of the standard split, or maybe increase your maximum allowed drawdown, so tangible benefits.
All right. And the payout speed, 4 hours average for crypto, you said, USDC specifically.
Yes, USDC, that's what we saw in testing. Bank transfers were naturally a bit slower, standard 1 to 3 business days, but still very efficient overall.
Okay, now let's flip to the potential cons we identified. The fact it's simulated trading, that's pretty standard for prop firms, right?
It is, yes. But it's crucial traders understand it. All the trading, evaluation, and funded stages, it's on demo accounts. The firm pays out profits based on your simulated performance, funded from the evaluation fees everyone pays.
And BrightFunded is open about this.
Yes, they are quite transparent about it on their site, which is good. No hidden surprises there.
You mentioned the higher evaluation fees. Can you give a specific example?
Yeah, for their Phase 1 $100,000 account challenge, the fee is $495. Now, that can be more than double what some competitors charge for a similar size account.
Oof, that's quite a difference.
It is. But importantly, it is refundable once you pass the evaluation and get your first payout. So you do get it back if you're successful.
That's a key point, and the lack of MetaTrader, we touched on it, but it's worth repeating that this will be a deal breaker for some.
Absolutely. If you're heavily invested in MT4 or MT5, maybe with custom indicators or EAs, then BrightFunded might not be the right fit currently.
You also noticed something about a static drawdown on one specific account.
Yes, their Elite Trader Funding 100K account has a static fixed drawdown limit of $625. This is different from a relative or percentage-based drawdown. For some strategies, that fixed limit might feel a bit restrictive.
Less wiggle room, perhaps.
Potentially, yes. Depends on your risk management style.
And finally, those customizable add-ons. You can get weekly payouts, 90% profit split from the start, skip minimum trading days, but they add up.
They definitely can. Skipping the 5-day minimum trading rule adds 15% to the fee. Getting weekly payouts from the start adds 25%. So you tick a few boxes, the initial cost can climb quite a bit. You need to weigh if those extras are worth the upfront cost for you.
Right. Okay, let's talk reputation. The clear score was 4.4. Generally positive then.
Yes, generally positive. A lot of that comes down to their credibility on payouts being fast and reliable, builds trust quickly. They also have a fairly respected board of advisors, which adds some weight.
What did the actual trader feedback highlight? We use verified feedback for that, right?
We do. Analyzing over 2,300 reviews, we saw a lot of praise for the transparent trading conditions, and again, that trade to earn program, people seem to like it.
Any common complaints in the feedback?
A few traders found the scaling rules quite demanding, the 10% in 4 months with specific profitable month requirements. And we saw some mentions of KYC delays, particularly for users outside the EU.
But your own testing experience was smooth. Execution, spreads, payouts.
Yes, our direct testing was excellent on those fronts. Execution was fast, spreads were tight, payouts were processed as expected.
So what specifically did traders seem to love most?
Things that came up repeatedly were the really good spreads and low fees, platform stability, especially important, the wide range of crypto pairs, trade to earn again, quick customer support responses, smooth payouts, and clear rules.
And the main dislikes?
No, MT45 was a big one, those high evaluation fees for the bigger accounts, the lack of any free trial, and for some, just the principle of it being a simulated trading environment.
Okay. Now, you also spoke with the CEO, Joel Dykstra. What insights did he offer?
Yeah, it was an interesting conversation. He said the main drive to start BrightFunded with his brother Sib was seeing gaps in what other prop firms offered. They wanted to appeal more to crypto and multi-asset traders and sort of the next generation.
So trying to innovate rather than just copy existing models.
That was the message, yes. Building the best ecosystem, as he put it. They even developed their platform tech in-house initially.
What about their ambitions? Where do they see themselves in, say, 3-5 years?
Aiming high. He mentioned wanting to be a top 5 prop firm globally. The plan is gradual growth, adding platforms, refining challenge plans, but only after optimizing what they have, not rushing things.
Any plans to add completely new markets, like futures maybe?
He didn't rule it out for the future, mentioning futures as a possibility, but the current focus is on optimizing their existing broad offering, crypto, forex, commodities, indices. Any expansion would be cautious.
Did he have any advice for aspiring traders?
Yeah, the usual sound advice, really. Start small. Focus heavily on learning. He emphasized trade journaling. And interestingly, minimize your market exposure. Don't just sit watching charts all day if you're not trading.
Good points. Did he share any big success stories?
He mentioned one trader, Luca, who apparently earned nearly $99,000 in payouts from less than $2,700 spent on challenges. Shows the potential leverage, I suppose.
Wow. And how do they help traders with consistency? That's often the biggest challenge.
They run a monthly Traders Roundtable podcast on YouTube. They bring on successful traders from their community to talk strategy, but also a lot about trading psychology. Mindset, he stressed, is absolutely key.
Makes sense. Okay, let's revisit account types and fees 4.5 score. What stood out there?
The flexibility, really. One-time evaluation fees, which, as we said, are refundable on top tiers after the first payout. And crucially, no recurring monthly fees once you're funded. That's different from some firms with subscription models.
Right, no ongoing costs after passing.
Exactly. Account sizes range from $5 up to $200. And then there's that build-your-own-challenge aspect with the add-ons. Innovative, but you pay for the customization.
So things we liked. Refundable fees, at least for top tiers. No subscriptions. The trade to earn tokens adding value. Crypto deposit withdrawal options are good.
And the static profit targets. Some might find hitting a fixed dollar amount, like 8% on phase one, potentially a bit clearer than a percentage target that changes if your balance fluctuates slightly.
What didn't we like as much in this category?
Just the potential for those add-on costs to really stack up if you're not careful. It could make the initial fee quite high. And maybe the fact that promo codes seem to change often, so you need to check their chatbot for current deals.
Good tip. Now, trading conditions, a very strong 4.8 score. What's behind that?
It feels like the rulebook was designed for experienced traders who know how to manage risk. There are no tricky trailing drawdowns, no super restrictive daily loss caps, just standard guardrails.
Like the 5% daily loss limit.
Exactly, a sensible risk control. But crucially, no consistency rules saying you can't have one big winning day and no daily profit caps. That offers a lot of freedom.
Freedom, especially for certain strategies. And you mentioned testing showed zero spread sometimes.
On major pairs like USD, yes, during good liquidity, and crypto commissions were very low, like 0.012% per side. Spreads also held up reasonably well during news events in our tests. No restrictions on news trading either.
That's huge for news traders. What about the scaling rules again? 10% target in 4 months.
Yes, and you need at least 2 profitable months within that period. If you don't hit the target, or if you have 2 losing months within the 4, the scaling attempt resets. So it demands consistency over that period.
And no partial scaling. It's all or nothing for that cycle.
Correct. You hit the 10% or you don't scale in that 4-month block.
Okay. Platform scored 4.8 as well. So CTrader and DXTrade. Can you quickly contrast them again based on performance?
Sure. CTrader, launched early 2025 for them, is really built for speed and automation. Think Python scripting via CTrader Automate, tons of indicators, super fast execution, we measured around 27 meters. Orders are processed server-side too, which is robust.
Downside being?
Steeper learning curve, definitely. And some premium features require a pro subscription, about $29 a month.
And DXTrade?
DXTrade is much simpler, browser-based, so easy access anywhere, sleek interface. But the charting and indicators are more basic. And we did see higher slippage during news, like 2.1 pips compared to CTrader's 0.9 in one test. The mobile app is functional, but felt a bit laggy compared to desktop.
So CTrader for performance and power, DXTrade for simplicity and accessibility.
That's a fair way to put it. Our clear execution tracker really showed CTrader dominating on speed and scalping suitability, while DXTrade offers that browser flexibility, but maybe at the cost of some slippage during high volatility. We did experience one brief freeze on DXTrade during a volatile period.
Good to know. Things we liked about platforms.
Choice is good. Having both is a plus. CTrader's speed and tools are impressive. Server-side orders on CTrader add reliability, its overall stability.
Yes, likes.
The CTrader learning curve and potential pro cost. DXTrade's higher slippage, the laggy mobile experience, basic charting, and that one freeze we noted.
All right. Payout process, another 4.8. What's the key takeaway here?
Control and speed, mostly. The trader decides when to request a payout within the rules. The default is waiting 30 days for your very first payout, then requests can be biweekly after that.
But there are faster options.
Yes, for a fee, you can pay an extra 15% of the evaluation fee to get biweekly payouts right from the first one, or pay 25% extra for weekly payouts from the start.
So you can pay for speed, or just use the default and wait a bit longer, fee-free.
Exactly, and maybe use those trade-to-earn tokens you accumulate to get a speed boost later if you need it without paying cash.
Clever. What do we like most about payouts?
That 4-hour average crypto time is the headline. Multiple options, USDC, crypto, or bank transfer. The weekly, biweekly options offer flexibility. The request process via the dashboard is seamless, and the fee structure, while there are fees for speed, is transparent.
What wasn't ideal?
That 30-day default wait for the first payout might feel long for some. The fact faster payouts cost extra, and there are no true on-demand payouts. Even with the weekly option, there's still effectively a minimum 7-day cycle.
Okay. Lastly,
Yep.
customer support scored 4.5. How did they perform?
Pretty efficiently. They use AI chatbots for the first line of support, which handled basic queries instantly in our tests, like asking about current promotions.
And if the bot can't help?
It escalates quickly to a human. We tested this, and the average wait time to connect to a person was only 47 seconds.
That's fast. Any other channels?
Yes, WhatsApp support was notably good. We tested it late, around 11 p.m. GMT, and got a resolution within 7 minutes. Much better than relying solely on email.
What about email?
Slower, as expected. Around 6-hour replies on weekdays, potentially 12+ hours on weekends.
And they have a Discord community.
Yes, quite active, over 17,000 members. Good place for quick peer-to-peer answers sometimes.
So what did we love about support?
The chatbot's efficiency was impressive. It handled about 80% of our test queries correctly. The WhatsApp responsiveness, including sending screenshots, was great. And the smooth handover from bot to human.
What didn't we like?
The bot sometimes struggled with non-English queries, defaulting back to English, and there's no phone support option, which some people still prefer.
Right. So maybe just a quick summary of the FAQs people might have. What is BrightFunded?
Dubai-based prop firm. Key features: unlimited scaling potential, the trade to earn program, fast payouts, potential for 100% profit splits after scaling, no time limits on challenges, no consistency rules.
Is BrightFunded legit?
Based on our review and their track record, yes. Clear certified 4.6 out of 5. They paid out over $5.5 million since starting in late 2023.
Location is Dubai, UAE. Owned by the brothers Gel and Sib Dijkstra. How does it work, basically?
It's a 2-phase simulated evaluation. Phase 1 target is 8%, Phase 2 is 5%. There are loss limits. Past both, you get a funded account. Your evaluation fee gets refunded with your first profit payout.
And platforms. Do they offer CTrader?
Yes, they added CTrader in early 2025. They also offer DXTrade.
Perfect. And maybe just a brief word on our methodology, the Clear score itself.
Sure. Clearank's mission is just to bring clarity to broker and prop firm evaluation. CLEAR stands for credibility, leverage, execution, accessibility, regulation, though we adapt it for prop firms focusing on factors like payouts and conditions instead of leverage regulation directly. It's data-driven, uses verified reviews, real-time analytics where possible.
Looks at things like payout speed, platform performance, fees, support responsiveness.
Exactly. We analyze core dimensions reputation, which includes safety aspects for prop firms, commissions fees, withdrawal speed, trading platforms, customer satisfaction, plus bonus points for innovation like trade to earn. It uses things like our execution tracker data and verified feedback analysis.
So it's a comprehensive system to give traders a reliable picture.
That's the aim: transparency and objective metrics.
Okay, so wrapping up on BrightFunded, it seems like a very compelling option in the prop space right now. That Clear score of 4.6 reflects its strengths, especially the scaling flexibility and payout speed.
Agreed. The Trade to Earn program is a genuinely interesting innovation, and adding CTrader is a big plus, particularly for strategic or algorithmic traders.
But as we've discussed, potential traders really need to weigh those higher evaluation fees for some accounts and understand it's a simulated trading environment.
Absolutely crucial points to consider for your own situation.
Clearank's Clear score, we hope, provides a solid framework to help you evaluate firms like BrightFunded, focusing on what really matters for trader success.
Definitely encourage you to check out the detailed breakdown and real-time data for BrightFunded and other firms over on clearrank.com. Make informed choices.
Excellent. Well, that covers our review of BrightFunded. Thanks for joining us on the Clean Slate podcast.